This video is going to be viewable by everybody, but really targeted at just two guys, Max and Gabe, my SIV instructors, in the next couple of days. My goal here is to let you know where I am in my progression so that we can more accurately target like what I should be spending my time on as we do the runs. The first two clips are going to be me doing a sat to the left and then the right. I think I'm okay at sats. I do them, I always get in and out of them like I intend to. So that much is good. I do an equal amount to the right, I do an equal amount to the left. They go the way I think they should. But for all I know, you look at my sats and say, man, that guy, you know, he's just got his chin tucked and he doesn't cross his eyes, or you might see something I don't know. But I can do sats, but I always do them from the straight and level. I have not messed around with asymmetric sats. I have not messed around with rhythmic sats or anything like that. So maybe, over the safety of a lake with the boat, that's something that we can target next. You know, your choice. We're going to go into that soon. Wingovers are another thing. I do them all the time, every flight. With a paramotor, altitude is free, so it seems like I do, I don't know, 6-7 runs a flight where I go up, wing over down, go up, wing over down. Wingovers, asymmetric spirals, loops. I'm pretty comfortable with all that stuff. Again, I don't know that anyone really masters wingovers, right? There's a thing, there's always room for improvement. They're easy to get started in, but master, that's, I don't pretend to have really mastered anything. So you might see something that I don't here, but these are what my wingovers look like, and these are what my sats look like. Not too bad. Tips are not deflating, and I'm getting over it. Well, maybe a little. Next up is a little video of me working on my tail slide. I would consider myself not very good at this. I mean, I'm not making this to impress you. I'm making this so that you guys accurately know where I stand. I've probably done like 10 or 12 full stalls in my whole life. I have moved from just surviving them to where I'm kind of piloting them. But if you look at this, I mean, it's taken me forever to find like the tail slide, backfly position. But I do ease up and eventually get into something that resembles sort of a stable tail slide there, right? Like that's okay. I think maybe I could go higher, but I'm cautious. I don't want it to surge before, you know, I want it to surge. So I just kind of held it there and did my thing. This is almost as important. This is a video of me not doing a tail slide. And what happens is I'm home. It might have been a good decision. I'm at home. No one knows I'm flying. My wife's not in town. And I'm thinking of doing a tail slide. And you'll see in a second, I take so long to like commit to it that I find myself not in the box anymore, and I just decide to do some wingovers instead. And I can tell you why. Like, maybe it's just good decision making because I was kind of home alone and not a time to work on full stalls over the ground. But also, my friend got hurt in a paramotor injury not long ago, and since then I've had what like Gavin McClurg would call like a fear injury, where I just kind of am thinking about everything, and I could use a nice SIV course to help get my confidence up high and work through it. So I look forward to that. But yeah, aspects of flying, you know, I just have a little more fear in me than I did 3 weeks ago. So that's something that we could maybe get sorted out in the class. But I just do some wingovers instead of the stall, and you know, they go okay, I guess. So this is where I am. Let's talk goals for a second. So when I went to Gabe's course last year, I wanted to do wingovers. And to be honest, I was kind of like frustrated that we didn't like blast wingovers the first day. And then as per typical, I realized that my instructor knows more than me. And by day 3, I was really happy that I followed his path instead of defining my own. So I'm trying to learn that like meta lesson this time around, and not get like impatient, like, dude, I'm here for rhythmic sats, why aren't we doing that? If you guys see this and you say, yeah, Woody, I know what we should be doing next, and it's this and that, then this time around, I don't want to like impatiently wish you were doing my thing. I want to follow your plan. Having said that, my goal is to add almost anything new, right? I want to add something to my bag of tricks, and the thought process goes a little like this. In paramotors, after like 2 years of flying, everybody can do wingovers. That's it. Wingovers, loops, asymmetric spirals, like everyone kind of figures that out. That number cuts down a lot when you go to sats, right? A lot of pilots can do sats, but a lot of pilots can't, so that's kind of cool. Once you get past that, like wingovers, loops, asymmetric spirals, and sats, very few people are doing dynamic stalls, or dynamics, I guess. Very few people are doing rhythmics or even asymmetric sats. Few people are doing misties. I would love it if I got good enough at one of those things over the water that I could keep working on it on my own. Just a trick that's outside the norm. That's one of my take-home objectives. But again, if you guys say, no, Woody, that's not what I have in mind for you, then this time around I want to be clever enough to pay attention to my instructors right away instead of having them prove themselves, if that makes any sense.